Jesus Christus. Today, Matthew in his Gospel points to Jesus, the healer of those who are ill and the one who feeds the hungry. We mean, of course, those who are symbolically hungry, but also those who are hungry in reality. Hunger was an overwhelming problem in the Galilean villages of Jesus' time. So Jesus taught his disciples to pray in this way: Father, give us this day our daily bread. The story which addresses this problem is repeated no less than 6 times in the Gospels. Those who are listening to this at home might want to take out their Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, and identify the 6 places where this story is repeated. It is an important story. Although it's repeated in a slightly different vein each time, it points to the same theological truth. So we have testimony to a memorable meal with Jesus. It took place in the countryside and many people participated. The memory that remains with us is that they could only find 5 loaves and 2 fish among the people, but everyone shared. They had little, but with Jesus' blessing, they were able to eat. The story has a past connection with some stories in the Old Testament. The manna on which Israel was fed in the wilderness, and the prophet Elisha's feeding of 100 people. The story also looks forward to the Eucharist and to the final banquet in the kingdom of God, of which the Eucharist is both a foretaste and prefigurement. What is central in all of this is the way Jesus anticipates the Eucharistic gestures which will be recorded later in Matthew, when we have phrases like taking the loaves, blessing, breaking, and giving. These are Eucharistic words. Matthew expects that his readers by now would be familiar with the Eucharistic celebration, and so would understand that when they participate in the Eucharistic rite, they are enjoying the same divine hospitality which the Galilean crowds experienced. When we celebrate the Eucharist today, the same Lord is present with us, whether we are here in the church or at home watching this on a webcast. The Lord instructs our leaders as he instructed his disciples. The exact words Jesus used were, "You give them something to eat." That sounds as if Jesus is instructing us to do something. In fact, the Eucharist will never be complete so long as people still go hungry in our world. We must never forget that when we turn our backs to the world's hungry, we lose our identity as Christians. We are not being faithful to Jesus. His sensitivity and his vision and his compassion are missing from our hearts. And so our Eucharistic meals become empty. How can we transform our church into a movement of more faithful followers of Jesus? That is always the question that is put to us when we gather to celebrate the Eucharist. And of course, that question is put to us today as we celebrate the Eucharistic rite. Slava Isusu Christu.